Welcome to the Sheakley Athletics Center here on the campus of the University of Cincinnati, where now practice number 15 is in the books for the Bearcats football team. Tom Glitter, happy to be with you again as we wrap up spring football 2015 with head coach Tommy Tuberville. And, Coach, I know you'll have a better feeling on everything once you get in and watch the film, but what are your initial thoughts on this spring game today?
Well, I don't go just by the spring. I go by the entire spring. You know, we've had a good spring. Our guys have worked hard. We've been working on our depth. And we've gotten better there. We've got some experience now with some of our younger guys. We had over 1,000 yards offense today. Our defense has been a little bit beat up, you know, in secondary especially. We've been playing with a bunch of guys that are half speed. They're practicing, but we didn't let them have a lot of contact. Fortunately, we've got some experience from some of those guys that are beat up some, but it held us back because we just didn't have everybody out there in the secondary the whole spring like we'd like. But overall, you know, I'd say the offense is probably around a B plus, defense probably around a C plus, and our kickers weren't very good today. They've been pretty good most of the spring, but today they weren't near as good as what we need next fall.
We talked about it after practice number one, offensive line, defensive line, very important, obviously building depth there, and you mentioned that. Is there an area on this team that over these 15 practices you saw some of that growth you were looking for?
Yeah, well, you know, the thing that we do, we kind of bring it along slow in spring practice. We do more mental stuff and one-on-one technique stuff in the first 5 or 6 practices. We don't just turn them loose and have full contact. We try to get them all, keep them healthy while they're learning what we're doing, and then we slowly progress in putting the whole offense and defense in the last 4 or 5 practices in terms of stretching their mentality a little bit, understanding what we want and how to play the defense and offense. We got most of it in. I'd say our offensive playbook was pretty much covered. Defensively, we about 75%. But, you know, it's all about young guys learning. You can't go too fast. If you go too fast, you lose them, and they don't build any confidence. But, hey, this was a good spring. I think everybody built a little bit of confidence. We got a lot of work to do. We didn't tackle as well in the spring as I hoped we would have. We didn't turn the ball over on offense the entire spring in terms of hurting yourself and getting you behind the 8 ball. So it was a good spring. We got a lot of work to do. And got a lot of young guys that's got to get a lot better in the next 4 months.
No secret you want to run the ball more. That's been the case for the last 2 years. Michael Boone carried that load last year after the injuries to Tion Green and Jose Williams. They're both back. They were both out there today. How's the running backs competition played out between those two?
Well, it's going to be a dogfight. You know, Tion, you can tell his tempo's picked up. He's getting older and getting more experience. Jose Williams getting another year coming back. That was awesome. Awesome getting him to come back for another year for senior. But Mike Boone's going to be hard to beat out. I tell you, we saw him today. He can see. He's got great vision, and when he gets in the line of scrimmage, he's got quickness. His speed's getting better. He's very explosive. He can catch the football. Blocking and protection is getting better. I think we're going to have 3 very good running backs. We're going to need them. You know, last year we lost a lot, and some guys are going to get beat up. So it'll be good competition there going into camp next year.
As you look forward, camp won't begin until August, so about 4 months away from there. But practices 1 and 2, after both those practices, you named your permanent captains for the 2015 season. Important now for those 4 guys to take the reins of this team and move them forward over the next 4 months?
Yeah, you need your captains as much in off season as you do during the season. So I'll meet with them on Monday, captains, and kind of give them my thoughts about spring and what they've got to do in the next 4 months to get these guys ready to go. You know, while they're in the locker room, while they're, you know, working with each other, having 7-on-7. We can't do a lot of coaching, but we can instruct and motivate. But that's what our seniors have to do when they're out on the field.
All right, well, the youth camp is underway here at the Sheakley Athletics Center. A beautiful Sunsplash day, a great crowd. I know you're excited to have this thing in the books and move forward towards coming home to Nippert Stadium.
That's right. We're looking forward to coming home. Go Bearcats.
All right, that's head coach Tommy Tuberville. I'm Tom Glitter. That's your last Tommy G and Tommy T chat for spring 2015 here on Bearcats TV.